Hi, everybody, and welcome back to In the Kitchen.
Come to Hudson County Community College
for courses that transfer to four-year schools
and provide credentials for in-demand careers.
They're the newest technologies and facilities anywhere.
And caring professors and staff to help me succeed.
A great education and full campus life.
All for a fraction of the cost of most four-year schools.
Hudson County Community College.
Close to home.
Affordable.
High quality.
Life-changing.
Register now.
Today is a special episode of the show because I am going to show you how to jar anything that you want. It could be pickled, it could be your sauce. Like you see, I have some samples here. Anything that you want, it's really easy. You'll need all of these things in order to do, make this happen. Let me get a sip of wine and then I'll start. Okay. So first you need to have your handy little ball mason jars. They're very simple to use. You might have seen them yourself. Over here on the front, actually you can put the date when you created this. You need the ball jars, and they come in different sizes. They have half pint, and then they have the pint. I like these. These are really cute. Same thing. Has the lid. Okay, we'll get into that a little bit later. Okay, so you decide on the ball jars that you want to use. Okay, let me start from here. When you're ready to sanitize your jars, you will need a pot. I have two. I have a large pot for the large ball jars, and I have a smaller pot for these, okay? What you need to do is fill the pot up with water, okay? Bring it to a boil. Then you're gonna take your jars, like this one, for example. Let's make believe this pot is full of water and it's boiling. Then you're going to use the jar lifter and you're going to clamp it like this and hold it. And you see it doesn't slip because the way whatever they put on here makes it slip proof. You're going to take the jar and you're going to put it in the pot. This one is a little too big for this pot because you want the water to be about an inch above. So in this case, we could use the small. Remember now, that water is boiling and you don't want to try and take your hand and put it in there. This is perfect. See, put it right in. The water is going to cover it. Going to do the same. Ooh, they're really sticking together. With the other, grab it. Don't drop it because it's hot. Put it in the pot. See, very easy. Now, when it comes to the lid and the ring, you're gonna take these and put it in a separate pot and just have an inch above water and let it boil for about 10 minutes, okay? The same with the jars when they're in the pot. You're gonna let that boil maybe about 15 minutes, okay? And let it, clean it out. It'll be sterile. Okay. Now, when they are finished, you want to have whatever you're going to put in the jars already prepared. Okay. You want to do that first. Remember now, when you're putting something in a hot jar, make sure your product is hot also. Because if you put cold, and you already know this, cold with hot, the jar has a chance of what? Cracking, and then you'll mess up everything, okay? So just make sure, all right? So let's say, for instance, the jars are already sterile and you're ready to start filling them. Okay, let's move this on the side, and let's say it's already out. Okay, then you're gonna take whatever you're gonna put in and you're gonna add just like that, okay? Then what you do, you're just going to pour. Now, depending on the size, let's take this one. I wouldn't just pour it. What I do, I ladle it. I have a ladle over there, hanging out. I have a ladle, and I ladle it in, and I take my time. You want this jar to be filled up maybe to the ring. You want like a half an hour. You hear me? I'm thinking of the time for my show. You want me a half an inch from the top, okay? Put that in. Move this out the way. Fill all your jars, and then your next step, you're gonna take the lid, this lid, you're gonna put it on top, and this ring, now take it out to hot water, of course. You're gonna put this, and you're gonna tighten it. Not extremely tight, just tighten it. And what's gonna happen, the heat inside here, I don't know if you can see it, but in the center, you're gonna see a little bubble come up. And that's what you wanna see, because what's happening, the heat is filling the inside, and it is what? It's compressing it. All right? Real simple, real simple. That's all it takes, okay? Now, what you do afterwards, when you fill your jars, take them and put them in a dark place, and take a towel, a clean towel, and put on the top, and let them stay like that for, I would say, 12 hours or more. You will know when they are ready when you look at the top of the jar, and that little piece here, and I don't think you could see it, it raised. When you see that pull in, you'll know that you're set, okay? You'll hear that little click. Very, very easy. Let's move these out of the way. Now, was that hard? Not at all. That was very, very easy. So, in the meantime, we are going to take a look at a gentleman. His name, I call him Chef David. He says, oh, I'm not a chef. But let me tell you, he can cook his butt off. I found him on Instagram, and I saw some pictures of his food, and I said, I have to get him on the show, okay? He goes by the name of, I would say not Chef David, but it's Cooklyn, like Brooklyn. He was smart. He put a C on it, Cooklyn, Cooklyn. What a unique name. You'll see it pop up in a second. Well, I zoomed in and filmed the episode with him, and what did he make? He made grilled shrimp rasta pasta. You hear what I'm saying? Grilled shrimp rasta pasta right in his kitchen. And let me tell you, I was ready to send my drone over to get some, because that food looks so good, and you are going to be so impressed when you see this show that I filmed with him. Thank you, Chef David. I really appreciate it. Maybe some of you also watched him when he was on a Sunday brunch. He came on and we were talking about different types of food from the island, etc. Okay, so I'm gonna have my sip of wine. I want you to sit back and watch. Chef David goes by the name of Cooklyn. I always get it mixed up. Cooklyn on Instagram. Be right back. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to In the Kitchen. Today, the weather is 78. It is simply beautiful outside, and I know 90 degrees is right around the corner. Well, outside of that, I hope everybody is staying safe because that Delta virus is hitting us. If you haven't got your shot, your vaccine, as I would call it, please try to get that as soon as possible so we can save some souls. However, in the meantime, today I have a gentleman. His name is Chef David, but he has a unique name, and it is the Crooklyn, right? What's his third word? The Crooklyn?
Almost Crooklyn.
The Crooklyn.
Here it goes on the shirt.
Yeah, let me explain before I get everybody all mixed up. Brooklyn without the BR and you put a C in front, and you get Cook and you have Lynn. Did I get it right?
There you go.
I know when I pronounced it, I said Crooklyn. No, it's not like the movie Crooklyn. It's
everybody does it.
Yeah, everybody does that. Yeah, it's it's Crooklyn. Let me stop because I'm gonna really mess everything up. Thank you very much, David, for being here today and taking the time. I do this with a lot of people, and you have been selected. I was introduced to Chef David. I was going through the internet, etc., and through another friend of mine, and all of his pictures came up, and I said, "Oh, I got to get him and get him on the show." So here we are today. Thank you, David.
Thank you, Chef. I appreciate the opportunity that you give me. I appreciate being able to be on TV. I feel like that Honeymooners episode a little bit with Ralph Crandon.
I hear you.
I've never been on TV before.
That's right. Ralph, he would stand there and go,
hamina. Yeah. A little hamina. Yeah. I think we'll make it through.
Yeah. So, Chef David, what is your background? Just give us a few minutes. Tell us about your background and how did you get into the industry and about cooking?
My background, I'm Brooklyn born and bred. As you can see, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm Brooklyn all the way. My parents are Jamaican. Both my parents are Jamaican. And I'm a first generation immigrant here. I'm a first generation American from my immigrated parents, I would say. And so I grew up very Jamaican and very American.
Okay.
So I tend to embrace both cultures culinarily. My first exposure really to the kitchen was with my grandmother. She would say, come and learn how to cook. So when you're an adult, a woman can't use a pot and hold you for ransom. She was very wise in that way, and taught all of us, to cook and to be self-sufficient.
Yes.
And aside from that, my dad was an amazing cook. My mom was a nurse, and she worked like how nurses work doubles and triples, and then they try to find they always on call and stuff like that. So my dad, being home a little bit more sometimes, he was he developed cooking skills from when he was back in Jamaica as a boy, and he continued that. And everybody loved his cooking, including myself, and I learned a lot from him as well. So just from the family environment, I learned how to navigate the kitchen from from a young kid, and then after as an adult, just being independent, cooking for myself in college, cooking for family and friends, around just around the house, and the miracle of TV, Chef of the Future. I learned a lot, just from watching TV. Julia Child, Jack Pepin, Martin Yang.
This is how much sugar that you put in. This is how much salt. Just a little bit. Throw it over your shoulder for good luck.
Yeah, and Julia had a special story. I heard that she was a spy. You might have to look into that one. I heard she was a spy in World War II, I think it was, something like that. So she has a little bit of mystery and intrigue behind her.
Yeah, they had to watch
as well as the cooking. Dangerous.
Yeah. I watch cooking shows. I definitely do. They're inspirational, and you can pick up some ideas.
Absolutely.
One day I'm going to have a show on and which I learned in culinary school at Hudson Community College for culinary arts. They taught us about the history of cooking and how it started, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm going to pull one of my guests on, and that's what we're going to do. On the Sunday brunch show, we're going to talk about the history of food and where it started from, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And talking about food, what are you fixing for us? What's on the menu today?
Okay, so I'm gonna go on the more of the West Indian, Caribbean, Jamaican side today. I'm gonna be preparing for you guys a shrimp rasta pasta.
Oh,
Rasta pasta is super popular right now. It's
yes,
like in every restaurant. You should go for for dinner, for brunch and stuff like that. It's very popular, and it's an easy dish to make.
it truly is.
It is an easy dish to make. It has a lot of, for me, it has a lot of components, but you can put these things together like this, and I'm gonna show you how. I put my little Cookland spin on it.
Okay, go ahead.
So the first thing I'm gonna do, I should have done this when we first started talking. I'm gonna just drop this pasta, chef. And I'm using today a tricolor penny.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I like that.
And now with the theme of the rasta pasta is, I don't know if you know, but the rasta, sorry, I'm making noise. The rasta part of it is really about the red, gold, and green. And anything that has to do with that's the banner of Rastafarians is red, gold, and green. It's the original Ethiopian flag,
Yeah.
which is what they identify with. So that's part of the it's part of the story of the Rasta pasta. It's not a traditional Jamaican dish by any stretch of the imagination. It's not a Rastafarian dish, and I dare say that even with this preparation I'm doing today, no real Rastas that I know is going to eat it, because they don't eat shellfish.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But you can open the door to make this in pure vegetarian, which I do sometimes, pure vegan, which I do sometimes. It just depends on what who your audience is, who you're cooking for, and what your fancy is that day.
I did it the other day, 2 days ago, and mine was jerk chicken.
That's a winner.
Yeah. So what we got? What are your ingredients?
Okay, I got my mise en place, right?
Mise en place.
So it's a bunch of goodies over here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna I try to save a little bit of time. This pot is starting. I'm gonna just drop a little bit of butter in this Dutch oven, because I'm gonna be making a roux.
Yes, that's what I did. Yes.
For our sauce. A little bit of canola oil, just to keep that butter from burning. And I have this on this is like an aggressive burner, so I have it on a low right here, just so that butter can melt, and then I'll get the flour in there in a second. I got these awesome colossal shrimp.
Okay.
And which I peeled and deveined. And
yes, because those take forever.
Shrimp, I love shrimp because it's like one of our go-tos for an easy cook.
Yeah.
They cook so quickly.
Yes.
And effortlessly that it's if you can't eat shrimp, you
That's
should.
on you.
So I'm gonna give this a little bit of seasoning. So I got some soy sauce. This is mushroom soy sauce.
Okay.
And just about a teaspoon mushroom soy sauce. And then what I'm gonna put together is the components of like a jerk rub for the shrimp, right? So we've got. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna combine this in a little dish, just so. Yeah, I think it'll be better. That way I can eyeball this better.
That's what I did. I put everything into a bowl. Okay.
So I've got salt. I've got equal parts salt and pepper. This is a teaspoon each of salt and pepper. Teaspoon of onion powder, or granulated onion. I don't like the powders. People say powder, but I like to say granulated because the powders are really powdery, and
I tried
I
to
really,
use fresh. I do
yeah,
not
me
prefer
too.
powders. I don't like powders or anything. I will take the time and mince that. I learned in school. You chop it up, mince it, put it on the edge of the cutting board, put a piece of salt, take the knife flat, and it'll
Yes,
come out to a
and
paste.
what I always do when I make jerk seasoning is both.
Yeah,
We have you do a dry seasoning and you do a wet seasoning,
yeah.
which contains most of these things in the
Mhm.
fresh element as well. So I've got some allspice, which is pimento as we call it.
Yep.
That's another teaspoon of allspice. I've got a quarter teaspoon of garlic. I mean ginger, clove, cinnamon. Ginger, clove is warm spices. Ginger, clove, cinnamon. What's the fourth one? Oh my God, I'm drawing up. It's the stuff of the future right now.
I forget.
The stuff of the future. It's the
It'll come.
allspice,
It'll
the
come to you.
ginger, the clove. It's quarter teaspoon each.
Yeah, it'll come
Right?
to you. It
Those
happens.
are-
I told you when I do my shows and I'm filming, I forget and I just move on. And then later on, I come back. Oh, you know what that other season was? It was so and so. I had a senior
Right.
moment. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
I'm having a senior moment.
I don't
Chef
want to
of the
take up all your
future.
time before we run out of time. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've got some fresh and some dried thyme.
Okay.
And this is just, I'm just eyeballing about almost a tablespoon. We're going to give this a mix and just a little bit of fresh. See, I'm doing the fresh,
Yeah.
fresh garlic, a couple cloves, and some fresh green onion. I'm giving this a mix and a little oil right here.
Yeah.
And now I'm not going to use all of this because we got a few shrimp and I don't want to overpower them. So what I'll do is just season them until, as they say, the ancestors tell me to stop.
Yeah.
That looks good.
And I'm sure if people are doing this, they can season it ahead of time, put it in a bag, put it in a refrigerator.
Yeah, this is absolutely something that you can do ahead of time and let let those flavors penetrate and marinate, a little bit longer. The only thing about shrimp is you gotta be careful that you don't cook these things with whatever you're putting in them because it'll ceviche and change the texture on you.
And especially if you have a seasoning that's acidic, like lemon.
Yeah,
fresh lemon. It will
lemon or
tomato. It's
tomato,
anything acid with acidity. It will
vinegar.
definitely cook that shrimp. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll cook that shrimp. And you won't be able, if you cook it after that, you're just gonna be eating.
Yep.
Little rubber guys.
Yeah.
So we got this. We got this
marinated. It will be like overcooked. What I was gonna say. Now I just lost the word.
Calamari.
Calamari. Yeah. When you overcook calamari, those little round pieces like a rubber band.
Yeah, it gets pretty terrible. So I'm gonna tend to this this roux.
Yes, I see it.
Just about equal parts of flour to our butter.
Yep.
And this is not. I'm not making gumbo, so I'm not going to be making a dark roux. We're just going to cook this. We're going to cook this just enough to just to get the flour cooked.
Yeah, right before it turns that rich blonde.
Right.
Blonde, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. I love Dutch ovens. I have one that's similar to yours, but I picked out the red one, so it'll stand out.
Yeah, this was
so good to cook.
This was on sale. This was on sale one day, and
how much did you get it for?
I think it was like 50 something.
Yeah,
it's not a Le Creuset.
Huh?
It's not a Le Creuset. This is This is a Cuisinart.
Okay. I bought mine at Macy's. It was $240 on sale, and I got it for $90.
That's a steal.
And the brand is, I'm looking at it, if I can remember that brand. I can't remember the brand, but I've had it now for, I'd say about 6 years, and I just love it.
All right, I'm adding some heavy cream.
Good,
And
yeah.
this is, I got a quart of heavy cream. And I'm checking let me check my pasta now, since it's been in there for a few. Gotta grab one.
Okay.
Almost there.
Almost there, okay.
Okay, so we're heating up our heavy cream, and once it gets a nice, we're mixing.
Uh-huh.
And I've got here Parmesan cheese.
Yes.
This is Parmigiano Reggiano. As my
Parmigiano Reggiano.
real Parmesan cheese. There is a difference, as my one of my teachers, Lydia Bastianis, would say. Parmigiano Reggiano. She's that's one of my teachers as well. I love PBS. I learned so much from
Okay.
from
And
PBS shows.
and the cheese on the outside should be stamped.
Yes,
It should be stamped.
officially, because if you see Parmigiano is different than Parmesan cheese.
Yeah.
Which is something a little bit different. It's not official.
And underneath that pot, you have a medium flame for the viewers, correct?
Oh yes, I have it on the medium. This like I said, this is like the power quick boil burner. So it's a little bit rambunctious at times. So I'm melting this, and then what else I'm gonna add? This is some pepperoncini cheese. It has some probably Calabrian chilies.
Okay.
It's like a Wisconsin cheddar, and this is just gonna add some creaminess and some heat as well.
Yeah.
Right? Not too much, and I'm just gonna watch this as it melts and see the thickness of it.
Yep. Looking good.
Okay, so multitasking as we do. My grill pan is heating up, and that's going to be ready for the shrimp momentito.
Okay.
This looks good.
I'll send my drone over for the shrimp.
Don't worry, I'm ready for it. So what I have here is some jerk. This is what I was telling you about, that jerk seasoning. This is my homemade jerk seasoning. You can always use Walker's Wood or Grace Foods or whatever jerk seasoning.
I use Walker's Wood. Yeah.
That's a standard. It's actually, everybody uses Walker's Wood. You probably won't find a Jamaican household without it. I have Walker's Wood in my fridge. I just tend to make batches and batches of my own jerk seasoning because I like mine.
Yeah.
And what I'll do is you're gonna add 1, 2, about 3 tablespoons to this cheese mixer. And that's getting ooey and gooey. So I'm gonna add a little bit more of our cream just to loosen it.
Looking good.
Okay. And I think that our pasta is getting to that point where I can fish it out. I'm just gonna double check it one more time.
Yeah, I think it's been in there about good 10 minutes.
That's good and al dente.
Yeah.
So what I'll do, just scoop these in. And I'm using the spider so I can drain off some of the water.
Yes.
I don't want it to be too loose. But some of the water that's in.
Did you use a pound of?
Yeah, this is just one pound, just one box of spaghetti, 1 box of pasta.
Okay.
And that's plenty for,
Yes,
that's plenty for our family. We're 4.
Oh, okay. And here it's only 2, and we had some left over. So I
Yeah.
had a little bit of it for lunch.
We rarely have leftovers here. And here it goes. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna ladle a little bit of this starchy pasta water right in.
Of course, yes.
Very important to always save some pasta water when you're
True.
cooking pasta dishes, because that starch is your friend. That starch in the water is your friend.
It truly is.
And I'm gonna turn this up so it can kind of boil up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And
That looks
it'll
good.
firm up.
Yeah.
It'll firm up really nicely in a
Yes.
few minutes.
No. And for some people who don't realize it when they're making sauces like that, which I learned, is if you're not ready to use it, to cover it, because sauces get a film on top of it.
Yes,
And
definitely.
if they're not careful, it will break.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that in school because we had to learn how to make mayonnaise from scratch. And if we messed that up, it would separate. And then the chef, oh, do it over. And hollandaise sauce also. Oh, do it over, because it broke. Yeah.
I'm gonna switch positions there and free up a burner. Look at that for a second. Take a look at that for a second while I fetch a pot.
Yeah, we got time. We got like another 10 minutes. They're gonna kick us off the air.
Okay. Almost there.
Looks good. Your daughter is going to chow down on that.
Okay. Just gonna multitasking.
Yes.
So I'm ready to drop this shrimp. I'm just gonna
Now, what
put a
kind of
little bit
oil
of.
are you using for my viewers?
This is just regular vegetable oil.
Okay.
You can pretty much use anything to lubricate the grill pan.
I like
high heat oil.
I like olive oil, but I buy the one that's used for grilling and sauteing. It's a light colored oil, and the temperature is high. That grill is nice and hot.
Yep. When you crunch, when you got a little time crunch, you got to get it hot.
Oh, I hear that sizzle. That's what you want.
There we go. We're just dropping our shrimp. And like I said, the beauty about shrimp is they take no time to cook.
That's right.
Pasta takes no time to cook. So,
because you're doing this entire dish from scratch, and it's taking you approximately a good half an hour.
You know what I need, Chef? I need you to record me every time I cook, because I'm quicker this way.
Oh, okay. Because you're being timed.
Listen, when I'm on my own, Chef, it takes me a long time to cook.
I think you mentioned that to me in the beginning.
It takes me an hour to make a grilled cheese.
I love recording. I love doing this stuff. This is great.
Okay, we got a saute pan going and just a little canola. About 3 cloves of garlic, and this is some bell peppers that I've diced. And I'm repeating the theme. We've got our red, gold, and green again, right?
Yep. Okay.
All right. So we're gonna give this a little toss. I'm really about texture. Texture is like, the second most important thing after the actual flavor. For me, it's texture.
Yeah.
Now, I like to use an ingredient a couple times. Sometimes, like I said, I'll use the powder or the granulated, and I'll use the fresh. Um, I'm going to use this saute in the pasta as, you know, something that's going to be a little bit more cooked down.
Uh-huh.
And then we're going to finish it with some fresher bell peppers.
Okay.
I'm going to add a little bit of salt because you want to season it at every step. A little bit of ground black pepper. I use a little food processor, a little spice grinder,
Yeah.
and grind my pepper like probably weekly. So
Oh, okay.
it's not fresh on the spot, but it's gonna be
It
fresher
works.
than anything you get in a can or a jar.
Yeah, it works.
God knows how long that stuff sits in there.
And when people buy cheese in the package and it doesn't stick together, that's because the cheese has been coated with something
Yeah.
to keep it from sticking together, and people don't realize it. The best thing
Yeah,
to do if you can get fresh.
Yeah, if they use a potato starch or some kind of cellulose to
Yeah.
coat the cheese so that it doesn't stick together. So it doesn't take any time to grate some cheese. You get a little
Yeah.
workout at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a little bit of a taste. Very cheesy.
Okay.
My taste buds are activated. I think I'm gonna just add a little bit more of this heat. I can't help myself. It's in my blood, right?
I hear you.
A little bit more of that jerk seasoning to pump up the heat value.
Okay. You got about 10 minutes.
Okay, almost done.
All right.
All right. So here's our sauteed
Yeah.
bell peppers and garlic, and I'm just gonna shove that right in here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And this is gonna
That's almost like what you call a one-pot meal, almost. Like a one-pot meal. A friend of mine, Bridget, who I know for years, she used to say, Renee, when I lived up in the Bronx in Parkchester, she said, Renee, I said, what are you cooking? She said, I'm making a one-pot meal. Everything was cooked in one pot. I said, okay.
There you go.
Good.
Okie dokie. Now let's give our shrimp some attention. Don't take no time. And look at that.
Oh yeah, look at that. I think my drone's battery will reach you.
Yeah, so we're getting a good char. And just about, what was that? Like maybe 3 or 4 minutes?
Now on one side, I would say about 4 minutes. Well, those are very large shrimp. That's why. Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna bring this back to the forefront. And you can see it's tightened up a lot.
Oh yeah.
It's really creamy and it's tightened up so much. And that's great for texture.
And people should remember that the amount of sauce they want, because pasta will soak up any type of liquid as it's sitting. It will soak it up. So you need to add, I added just a little bit more because I knew what was going to happen.
Right.
It will soak it up. You said, but I thought what happened to the sauce? The pasta say, I drank it.
Here I am. Okay. All right. So this is simmering. I'm really just waiting for the shrimp at this point. And you know, this is just gonna simmer a little bit and tighten up. I guess I will pop the lid on it because I did turn it down. So I'll take your advice, Chef, and I'll pop the lid on it so I don't get this.
Have you ever seen that before? If you make a gravy and you leave it to finish, and then you get this coating right on top of it. I think in school what we did, or I saw on TV, someone took a piece of saran wrap. They pressed it against whatever was in the pan to keep the air from getting in there, because of course we know the air is going to dry it up. So they put the saran wrap, pressed it against it, and waited until they're ready to use it, and they took it off and it was fine.
that works. I should do that with my porridge because that's where we usually get a skin on the porridge. But
Yeah.
on the low, chef, I like the skin on the porridge. It's like a little snack. You just peel it off and eat it first before you start digging in.
Oh, the shrimp look really good.
Okay.
So
Let's
what's
get in-
coming up for you before we sign off?
What's coming up? I'm recording the Cookland channel. Oh, so I'm on YouTube. The Cookland channel. Here it is.
Mm-hmm.
EOOKLYN. It's the Cookland channel. You can watch, you can subscribe, you can comment, you can share. I'm trying to get to a million zillion subscribers. I'm approaching 500 right now, and I'm super happy about that. I appreciate each and every one of my subscribers. So what I'm trying to do right now is just work that YouTube channel and see what comes out of it. I like entertaining and I like educating about cooking. I enjoy it. And I think my audience enjoys it too. So that's basically what I'm doing. A lot of people ask me, hey, do you cater? Like, I talk to somebody, they're like, okay, how can I taste some of this food? And I'm like, I'm teaching you how to make the food. So you can taste it anytime you're ready.
Yeah.
You can taste it anytime you're ready. But, I don't cater, but, I tell my friends, I don't cater, but if you ask nice, I might can make you something. I might make you a little dish. Might make you a little dish here and there. I'll make you a pan of rasta pasta for your party, something like that. Just here and there, I do a few things.
Yeah. And now,
For the most part, this.
and now you are family, a part of In the Kitchen with Chef Renee Hewitt. You're going to come back on again. And of course, you're coming on my other show called what? Sunday Brunch.
Sunday brunch, yes.
Yes.
I think I'm ready, Chef. So I'm gonna start plating this up.
Okay, yes, because we're running for time. And
Okay.
I have coming up on, by the time this is shown, she'll already have been on, but Sarah Dash, you know who she is?
No.
She was with Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells, remember?
Okay.
Patti
Okay.
LaBelle had two female singers with her. And Sarah Dash was one of them. So I was speaking to her today. She's going to be on Sunday Brunch, actually, coming up.
Oh, that's awesome.
The 29th. So you have to tune in to Sunday Brunch and you'll be able to see her and talk to her. And then she's going to cook on the other show.
Oh, she cooks too, just like Patty?
Yeah, she cooks like Patty, just like Linda Clifford. I had Linda Clifford on and she was cooking also.
Okay.
That looks really good.
Just about done. I'm gonna put this over here because it's burning my hand.
I'm sure. I was watching you hold that plate. I said, I know that plate must be hot.
Yeah, it started getting there.
Yeah. And your daughter is doing an excellent job.
Carrie, you're getting compliments over here. Yeah, excellent job. So I'm finishing this off a little bit. Now I have the make sure everything is off. I have the raw ingredients, right? So this is bell peppers that I've made into some baton.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm repeating that red, gold, and green theme.
Yes.
And you get a little bit of different texture here with the raw. It'll cook a little bit from the heat of the pasta.
Yeah.
And you just get a little bit of a textural adventure. You get a little bit of a difference, a contrast.
Mm-hmm.
And to top it off, I think it looks great.
It does. It really does.
Huh?
The first time I had rasta pasta was at my niece's barbecue. Her aunt was making some, and I had never heard it. I said, rasta pasta. Then when I learned how to make it, because I had asked her, I said, oh, what's the recipe? She wouldn't give me the recipe. I said, that's okay.
Yeah, I remember you telling me. She was like, she's not giving it up.
No.
Hang on, I'm gonna risk the hand.
Oh,
and I'm just gonna
wonderful.
Oh yeah, it's getting there. I need the cloth. Okay.
And I really want to thank you so much for taking the time and showing us how this. If you can pull that plate a little closer to the camera.
A little closer to the camera. Or
the camera.
This way?
Yeah, so we
Okay.
can suffer.
Okay. And I'm just gonna finish that right off with some green onion,
Green onion.
fancy cut on the bias. You know how we do, chef.
And have her
And
bring the camera real close to the plate.
come on in, check it out.
Way in.
There it is.
Wow, look at that. Woo! You did it. Wow, that's amazing. Well, thank you so much, Chef David. I really appreciate it. And you are so welcome to come back on the show whenever you want. Just say, Renee, do you have a spot for me?
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate this today. I appreciate the invitation, and the best of luck to you.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for this opportunity. To all of the viewers for In the Kitchen.
And your website address
You
is?
can be my viewers too. We can share.
Yes, yes.
We can share.
And repeat your web address?
It's the Cookland channel on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube. The Cookland channel.
The Cookland
One
channel.
word, the Cookland channel. Here it is. We're gonna be rolling out a little bit of merch, like some of these shirts.
Uh-huh.
I have some hats, and I have some other shirts and stuff coming.
Well, I have a store that's opening, and I will be more than pleased to put it in my store and help sell for you.
Wow.
And all the proceeds go to me. No, I'm just joking.
Hey, man, I'm just happy for the exposure.
I'm joking about that part. But yes,
we work something out.
Yeah, you send me some pictures of the shirts, because I'm building the store as we speak. Tonight I'll be working on it again. So if you send me the information, the pricing, all that stuff, I'll add it to the store. The store will probably open in another 2 weeks. So I just got to get some more merchandise up in there. And, I'll help you out. One hand helps the other.
I appreciate that very much.
Okay.
Thank you so much. So thank you so much for having me, Chef.
All right. And I'll be calling you shortly, okay?
Okie dokie.
Thanks again. Tell your daughter I said thanks. You did an excellent job. And if you hear knock, knock, knock at the door, that's me.
Okay. Or it'll be the drone. I'm listening out for it.
Here comes Renee. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And
all right. Take care, man.
And you and your family, you continue to stay safe.
Same to you.
Okay. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? You probably didn't believe me. Wasn't that fantastic? My man could cook. I am not joking around. That grilled shrimp, rasta pasta, all of a sudden rasta pasta became very popular. And if you watched on Sunday Brunch, he talked about it. There is a Jamaican, I think it's in Brooklyn, he said Brooklyn. There's a Jamaican restaurant in Brooklyn, and they are responsible, I believe, for creating this or bringing the rasta pasta to that area in Brooklyn. And he said several times that it was so good that the line was out the door down the block because people were lining up to get some of that, rasta pasta. Now they have all different variations. You could do oxtail. Oh, let me stop. Some oxtail rasta pasta. There are so many variations of it. Oh, jerk chicken. That's the one that I made. Jerk chicken. So many variations. You have to find him, the Crooklyn channel. I believe it's the Crooklyn channel. It'll pop up on Instagram, and you can tag into him and see what's going on. So, in the meantime, you might have seen the RQ pop up on the side of the screen. When you see that pop up going forward on any of the shows, all you have to do is take your camera, point it to it, and it'll take you to whatever I'm talking about. Like, say for instance, R.L. Schreiber. If I'm using his seasoning, you'll see the RQ pop up, take your camera, boom, and it'll take you right to the website, okay? The same thing is going to happen for the Crooklyn channel, okay? You'll see it. It'll be there for about 30 seconds. It'll take you direct to him on Instagram or Facebook, whatever he chooses. Okay, so I made these in addition to some others, and I should have brought out the other. There's another one. This here I made about 3 months ago. Okay, this is called chow chow. Chow chow is used down south, and what they were making, and I saw it on this food show on TV, somewhere south. Chow chow was used in combination with collard greens. They have the collard green sandwich, and they have the cornbread, they have the collard greens, and they have the chow chow, which is made out of green apples and cabbage, okay? It's all cooked and boiled down for a couple of hours and used to make sandwiches. This one here are my red peppers. I did this also a couple of months ago. And let me tell you, when you make your, whether it's pickled or especially these vacuum, it will last up to about a year. And what I would do is put a date on it. Also, when you open these, refrigerate them. Take out what you need, put it tight again, and put it in the refrigerator. And last but not least, this is my tomato jam. Yes, tomato jam. I created this, well, tomato jam has been around, but I made my version of it. It has a nice sweetness to it. It's not salty. It's just perfect. I did this maybe 3 weeks ago, and I had some people test it, and they said they loved it. This is going to be selling for $3.75 on sale when it goes live on my website, chefrenehewitt.com. Originally, it's about $6, and these can go from $8 to even up to $20 for tomato jam. On the back, you'll see all the ingredients, etc. I'm doing another version of this. It's the tomato jam with just a touch of chipotle. Just a touch. Not that fiery chipotle that when you eat it, you're gonna say, you know, my mouth is, I'm burning up, it's too hot. No, it's just going to be just a little touch of the chipotle. The chipotle that I'm getting from, it is a paste, and I'm getting mine from R.L. Schreiber. You're familiar with them, as you can see here in the back. Let's check out this one. This one here is a Chipotle Mountain Rub that R.L. Schreiber does, but they sent me the paste, and I wanted to keep it into the refrigerator, but it's Chipotle peppers in the paste form, and I will be using that instead of the rub to make in combination with the tomatoes. And then down the line, I'll create some others. It's a little job doing it. I think it's my calling because I really enjoy jarring different types of food. It's really nice, and I think if you try it, you're going to enjoy it also. And it'll be good because Thanksgiving, when this airs, Thanksgiving is a week away. So it's good for you because you can, ahead of time, get some of your stuff that you want to jar. You can also pickle. There is a pickling season that you can use, and you can put broccoli in it, asparagus in it, carrots, and you put all of those things into the jar, and you put the pickling juice in there, and then you seal it, And you let that stand, and what's going to happen is going to absorb the pickling juice because it has all the different flavors in it. Okay, when you see it, you're going to say, "Oh, I see peppers in there. I see the little pepper balls in there, whole peppers in there, etc., etc." You're going to love jarring. Let me tell you. So, what I'm going to do on the next episode, I am giving you a chance so you can purchase all of these things. Remember now, if you have the large one, you need a large, tall pot. If you're doing the small ones, you have the smaller ones. You need those. Get your mason jars. They're not expensive. They're very, very cheap. I think of one of the big supermarkets around here. You can get 24 of them for maybe, I think, $16. And sometimes they're on sale. It's cheaper than that. But you can start off by getting the small, the half a pint, and put your stuff in here, or you can get the larger ones depending on what you are pickling and what you are jarring. So when we come back, you'll have everything that you need in this set here. You can get this from Amazon, okay? Like I said before, it picks it up and watch it, I drop it. But look at that, it clamps on and it holds it, all right? Oh yeah, I just love it. Okay, so you can get the jarring kit once again from Amazon, and then we will go ahead and I will show you how to jar or how to pickle anything that you want. Remember now, you're going to see the arc. I get it always mixed up. QR, I think it's a QR, pop up on the screen. Take your camera, point it to it. Your camera is going to take you directly to whatever I'm talking about, whether it's chefdavid.com or R.L. Schreiber or Decline from Hawaii. It'll take you right to their website and you'll be able to, select what you want. Okay? So I think that is it for now. I think we're going to have fun on the next episode. And I thank everybody for tuning in. We're now hitting our third season. That's 3 years in the making. And I think my collar is messed up a little bit. That's a little better. I just felt it. It felt kind of funny. Yes, our third year. We're approaching pretty soon. And I want to thank all of you for tuning in and watching. Don't forget the store is going to be opening on my website, chefdavid.com. You'll be able to buy kitchen appliances, not appliances, so to speak, but wooden spoons. You'll be able to purchase them, and a couple of other items. I'm trying to get stuff that maybe you could use as what they call it, stocking stuffers for the holiday. By the time this airs, I should just about be ready to open up the store. I'm just waiting for the post office to send me the boxes, which are supposed to come already. And they're always late on delivering everything. Okay, so I'm just babbling on, and I need some time for my commercials to pop in, okay? Well, I want to thank you again. Here's to you. And I'll see you on the 20th when we jar whatever you want, okay? See you soon. Until later, be safe. Bye-bye.
Come to Hudson County Community College
For courses that transfer to four-year schools.
and provide credentials for in-demand careers.
They're the newest technologies and facilities anywhere.
And caring professors and staff to help me succeed.
A great education and full campus life.
All for a fraction of the cost of most four-year schools.
Hudson County Community College.
Close to home.
Affordable,
High quality.
life-changing.
Register now.